Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 10 of Direwolf20's Let's Play of Minecraft version 1.21. Today, I've got some things planned. Looks like there's a lot of bad guys outside my base, so now's as good a time as any to make some ranged weaponry, and in fitting with the theme of this pack so far, I've decided to make the blazegold bow from Just Dire Things. It's a pretty simple bow, except it has a few special upgrades. Specifically, by default, it has lava repair, and then there are potion and splash arrows. Now, if we look at Just Dire Thing bows, there's 4 of them. The Ferrocore bow, the base tier, just gives you potion arrow. The second tier gives you potion and splash arrows. And then the third tier and fourth tier give you some really cool stuff, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But that said, what we're going to do today is check out the potion arrow, probably, if we can. So what I'm going to need there is a few of you guys, and I think I'm going to need 4 more of you guys, actually, because not only am I going to need the potion arrow upgrade, we are going to need some glass bottles, and we're going to need some nether wart, which I may have nether wart. I may not have nether wart. That's okay. We can get some nether wart. Did I shoot that skeleton and he, like, not take damage, or what? Maybe he had something in him that means he doesn't take damage. Oh. Uh-oh, bad guy. Huzzah! Mission accomplished. How am I for nether wart? Not bad, but definitely slow. Need to look at, is that me doing something wrong with the farmland, or is that like how normal growth works? I don't know. I have no idea. But we're going to find out. So nether wart equals cool equals potion arrow, which I can install on this dude. And that's cool. Now, when we open this up, you'll notice that there's an extra slot in here. Well, 2 slots, actually. 2 extra slots in this UI. And I should probably put some kind of overlay in them so that you know what they're for. But you can insert potion canisters in there. So let's see. Potion canister. That's this dude. Yep. Nice. Cool. Not the best model, but I think I made that one myself. So, I mean, it gets the job done. All right, this thing's pretty simple and straightforward. You're able to brew potions and stick them in here, and they'll store the fluid in there. Now, before I get to that, I think what I'd like to do is maybe summon a few blazes just to get the ball rolling. So for that, we're going to make a blaze gateway. Seems pretty cool. Now, how am I for ender pearls? We're okay. We're okay on ender pearls, so I think we should be all right here. Let's pop outside for a sec and get this guy ready to roll. So I wanted to have a ranged weapon before I activated the blaze gateway. Why are you all, like, not taking damage, Blaze? Maybe because he's enchanted or something. Hooray! Alright, wave 1 down, wave 2, here we go. I need more blaze rods, so, you know, I'm doing the thing. And then when they're up in the air like that, I can get them with my bow. Yeah, if you're quick, you can survive these blazes pretty well. Hooray! More blaze rods for me. Doing good on food, doing good on health. My healing cooldown is still active, but that's okay. You'll also notice that these dudes have like a little particle effect going on. So that you can kind of see them when they're not in your immediate field of view. Hooray! Wave 4. Here we go. Now we're cooking. Cooking, 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 cooking. Let's go. I'd like to eat more food, please. Ready, go! Yeah, I like Gateways to Eternity mod because it's like a neat way to make it so you don't have to like spend a lot of time running around trying to fight mobs. Like, it's cool, right? I can finish these dudes, right? I think so. They are hard to see with all the smoky tar going on. That was a close one. Alright, wave 5. This one, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if I struggle with this a little bit. But we'll see what happens. It would be cool if I complete it, right? I would love to get some really good loots for completing the mission. I think this is the last wave. I have no more healing, so it's on cooldown. Gotta run a little bit. Oh, they cut down my trees. Oh, my chest plate is practically dead. That's not great. I'm gonna like unequip you. I don't want that to break if I can avoid it. Yeah, there. I was trying to activate my invulnerability thing and it wasn't working. And I was like, what's going on? Why isn't it working? Oh, I have no durability. Here I was thinking I found a bug in my mod. Nope. Quick heal. So close. I almost got them all in time. I almost got them all in time. I'm just saying. So yeah, my chest plate is dead. So quick note: your chest plate, your blaze gold will break. So if the durability went all the way to 0, it would break. That said, it won't activate any of its abilities if it doesn't have enough durability to activate. So it was trying to extinguish, but it was failing to because it didn't have quite enough durability. So yeah, big time funds right there. Let's repair that dude before much else happens. And oh, my tree farm. That's actually kind of like, I'm not too upset about the tree farm, but it's really funny to me. I'm just saying, that is kind of hilarious. Not a bad little battle though, right? I did all right. I did okay. Not too shabby. I really like that mod. Mostly, like I said, just because it's a cool way to like get a lot of mob drops in like a pretty fair and fun way, right? Like, we got a ton of blaze rods from that, which in my opinion is cool, right? And then we can use them to get some blaze and probably... Do I have a potion stand yet? Why do I feel like I got a potion stand? Did I get a potion stand? Am I imagining that? Is that not something that happened? I can't quite remember. That's right. I need to chisel my way into some cobblestone. Okay. Then you can go away. That's my rain shield. Brewing stand. Hooray! So I want to try out the potion stuff. Only because that sounds like a fun time. Thought I had a brewing stand. Alright, now I have an extra brewing stand. Alright, so brewing stand. Fun times. Dire, please. Let's go get some water. I'm gonna get, like, actually a healthy amount of this. Now I just want a mod that makes it so that... Yoink! Only because I happen to pick them up. Now I just need a mod that makes it so that water bottles stack. I mean, just water bottle. Doesn't have to be potion-y, but, you know, I'm just saying. Alright, so you do that. I think we're going to want a total of 4 in here. So we'll do that, and then we'll put you away. So I decided the 2 potions I want to try on this is Instant Damage 2, which will be Glowstone, Fermented Spider Eye, and glistening melon. Now, have I found melon yet? Do we have melon seeds? I may not have found glistening melons. Not seeing anything that looks melony. Right? Am I missing melon? So I could do the poison route to get instant damage, right? And that would be... what? Spider Eye. Okay, I can do that. So Spider Eye, I think I'm going to need 2 of you, right? I'm going to want 4 of you. And I'm going to want mushrooms and sugar, aren't I? Fermented Spider Eye. There it is. Yes, mushrooms and sugar. They have to be brown mushrooms? You're kidding me. You're kidding me, fermented spider eyes. They have to be brown mushrooms? Oh, that's frustrating. Can you? No. No. Nope. 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 Alright, do we have any brown mushrooms? No? I guess I could pop into the nether real quick and find some? Sure. The nether we go. I'll be back when I find some brown mushrooms. Brown mushrooms done. Nice. Got a few extra too while I was at it. Alright, so you're that. And then how about 3 more water bottles here? And just as a temporary measure, I'll put these 6. These are all just regular water bottles with no effects. And then these are awkward potions, right? Alright, so if I want instant damage, okay, what we're going to have here is Poison 2, which is a Spider Eye with glowstone, and then a fermented Spider Eye. Okay. Spider Eye, glowstone, fermented Spider Eye. Boy, do I wish I had a tick accelerator. You know, I think we have the pouch. Yeah, we have the temporal pouch. Can I make one? I need nautilus shells. I need a nautilus shell. That's easier said than done, unfortunately. I'll come back when all this brewing's done. All right, now next up I'm going to make a slowness potion. But first, do I have any more of this, or do I want to make more? I should probably make more. Never quite enough iron. All right, so that's... Wait, what? Did I not put... Oh, I didn't put any... I didn't nether wart those first, did I? Yeah. Easy problem to fix. There we go. Water bottle, water bottle, water bottle. Cool. Also, I have these statues that I found that I should probably figure out what to do with them. But now I've got my potion canister, so I should be able to insert this. And that can hold, like, you know, a bucket's worth of potion, which is cool. And then we can put these away for elsewhere usage. Okay, so then you need sugar. And I need an extra sugar to account for the mistaken sugaring that I did a moment ago. And I do believe I'm going to need 2 glowstone as well. And then while this is done... Cool. Because I'm going to need 1 more glass bottle turned into another potion canister for my slowness potions. Okay? And then these guys will turn into slowness, and then I glowstone it for slowness 4. Yeah. Okay? Back when that's done. But while I'm waiting for that, how about I figure out how these dudes work? I'm actually not sure. But we'll build like a little statue-y type room. Hello. What's up, guys? You're awesome looking. I love statues mod. It's so cool. Like, such a fun little mod. Basically, you can upgrade these. So if we look at statues, there's all kinds of statues, like a ton of statues. But what you're looking for is a statue core, I believe. And that you will find underground where bats spawn, if I'm not mistaken, I think. And then once you get that, you can get this thing. And the statue upgrading system allows players to upgrade and level up their mob statues. This entry will provide an overview of how that system works and what upgrades are available. To start upgrading a statue, first players need to obtain the statue of a desired mob. Once the players obtain a statue and a statue core, they need to craft a statue table for applying tiered upgrade enhancements, and insert the statue core and desired statue. After pressing the chisel button, the statue will be upgraded to a state in which it can level up. After upgrading the statue, players can level it up by killing 10 more of the corresponding mob while the statue is in their inventory. Every 10 mobs will unlock an upgrade slot, up to a max of 16. There are several different upgrades available for the statues. Glowing allows the statue to emit light. Spawner allows the statue to spawn its mob every so often. Mob Killer kills the mob if it gets nearby. Cool. Looting allows the statue to generate loot. Automation allows it to export, speeding up. Speeds up the interaction at timer. So there's all kinds of stuff you can do, but I think the gist is you have to get the statue core first. So we'll take a look at that. All right, so this is slowness 4. So this can all become slowness 4 now. And then we'll put this dude in here. Okay. And then I should be able to install both of these into my bow. What this does is it'll use a little bit of that potion to generate an arrow that has that effect on it. So let's give it a try, shall we? So if I do this and I put this in here, now you can toggle on and off this ability like so, and you can also use your hotkey. Did I forget to make those have like the glowy? I think it did. I should fix that. Because it doesn't have like this glowing effect, and it should. So that's a bug on my part. Whoops. See? Dyer finds bugs in his mod when he plays with it. Oh, that was nice. Okay, we're going to need to wait for daytime to end and nighttime to arrive. So what I might make is a quick hammock, because I think we have... Yeah, we do. Nice. So I'm just going to need an iron, 4 string, 6 string, and some wool. There we go. So I should be able to make you, and then I should be able to make you. And then I can easily set up my standard hammock, which allows you to sleep through the day. Hammock is awesome. Sleep through the day, and it becomes night, and then you can wait for mobs to spawn, and we'll try out our new fancy tool. Cool as that. I need to repair my my wand here pretty quickly. I'll do that while we wait for mobs to spawn. There we go. Okay, so we should be getting mob spawns any moment, and then we can try it out. And like I said, we'll get instant damage and slowness applied, and it'll use a little bit of this. But like I said, you can toggle off the bow if you so choose. So let's go find something useful. Go shoot at. I see a creeper. So in theory, let's see if this works like it's supposed to. Oh yeah, one-shotted him. That's cool. And you can see it uses 25 potion millibuckets, right? So essentially, why is that forest on fire over there? An exceptional question. I have no explanation for why this place is suddenly on fire. What's that about? Oh yeah. Nice. That's cool. Now it will use the potion because it's applying it to the arrow. So if you miss, that's on you. But you'll get about 10 shots per bottle, which I think is better than what you get from vanilla potion arrows. And you can toggle it on and off easily. And you don't have to fill up your inventory with all kinds of different potion arrows. And you can apply multiple potions at once. So I'm pretty sure harming heals undead, right? But that's okay. We'll still at least, if I can hit it, still get the slowness effect, which is cool, right? So I might take, instant damage out of there. We'll see. Yeah, there's no way to toggle one. It's all or none. So if you just want slowness, you're gonna want to, Now he should be nicely slowed, and that's cool. Yeah, buddy. That's kind of neat, right? And then a quickie heal. I don't know. I'm thinking this is kind of cool. Oh, yeah. So that works, right? So I don't know, like, more often than not, the mobs are undead, so instant damage is kind of like, I'm not sure. I might go with a different potion. What other potion effects are there that we could, like, that are debuffy? Now, what I will say is there are upgrades for Splash and then Lingering, and they will use a little bit more potion liquid out of the thing. So, yeah, we'll see what else there is. So there's Blasting. That's from Ars Nouveau. What's that? Oh, it doesn't have a description, does it? Bummer. Oh, by the way, I went into mods, and I went into simple weather, and I modified the override weather to false, and I think that puts on normal weather now. So in theory, my rain shield should behave itself, at least until such time that rain shield and simple weather start behaving themselves. Now remember, he didn't get slowed because my bow is disabled at the moment. See? Disabled. So at this point, I'm just, like, conserving the potion. Because I don't think there's a huge need to put it in there. And you'll notice my experience is staying at level 5. Like, every time I walk in the door, automatically extracting experience from me. Yeah, that's cool. I'm having fun with this stuff. So now that we know rain shield's working, let's put that on our roof. How's that? Is that cool? Alright, so now there shouldn't be any more rain effects. Good. Now I'd really like for my bow to have infinity on it. And there's kind of like two approaches we could take to that. One, we could stand at an enchanting table for a really long time and get super bored trying to make that happen. Or B, we could dig into a mod that lets you, like, pick and choose what enchants you get on stuff. And I'm gonna go with B! So there's a couple options we have for this, right? If we want to get looting, we can do Ars Nouveau, which I'm leaning towards, or Ender.io, which I don't really have skeleton skulls, but that'll get us, like, looting for our sword and stuff, right? And then we could also get, like, Fortune, which is a cool one we could get for sure. I'm leaning towards Ars Nouveau for this. Only cause I'm just leaning in that direction. I like it mostly because, like, the Ars Nouveau way doesn't use experience. And I'll save my experience for when we get into Apotheosis enchants, which is how you'll get, like, stuff like Fortune 8, for example, right? But we can start with Ars Nouveau, get some basic enchants, and then later on in the series jump into Apotheosis and get some really good enchants, right? And we can also get Infinity, which is nice. Now, the bad news is you can't really get like the good enchants, like Fortune 8, from either of these methods, right? Like, the only way you're going to get Fortune 8 is through Apotheosis. So anything above Fortune 3. Now, that said, I said you can kind of not do it. You can't directly get it, but you can, like, make Fortune 3 and Fortune 3 and combine them in an anvil to Fortune 4. and then you can get Fortune 3 and Fortune 3 and combine them in an anvil to Fortune 4, and then combine those 2 Fortune 4s into Fortune 5, and then you can do that like 16 more times, I think. Maybe 32, I don't know, a whole bunch more times, and then eventually you'll get Fortune 8. So if you want to go that route, you can, but you're probably at that point better off just going the apotheosis route. So what I'd like to do now is work on some enchants. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get some enchanting happening. We're going to get into Ars Nouveau. Definitely a big fan of Ars Nouveau. So that means I'm going to pause irons, spells, and spell books just for a little bit until I understand the mod a little bit better, because I'm a little bit not super familiar with it, and I need to get there with it. And Ars Nouveau will give us access to a whole bunch of really cool stuff, like teleports, you know, like all kinds of like spells and abilities, just a ton of cool things in Ars Nouveau. And it's a really, really fun and really good magic mod with a ton of automation capabilities in it. So let's get started. So in order to get started, we're going to need a few things. And first off, I know for sure what I'm going to need. I think there's one nearby. We need one of those Ars Nouveau trees. There's one. That would be this guy. This is a flourishing arcwood tree. And I'm going to chop it down. Because this flourishing arcwood logs are the entry point into Ars Nouveau. This is where you get access to the mod as a whole. Cool. Looking good. And you'll notice there's definitely like leaves. Do I have leaf breaker in this thing? I don't. That's an upgrade that I haven't gotten yet, but that's okay. There we go. I got a few saplings. That's good enough. And then the flourishing arcwood logs is how we're going to get. Now, I think I already had some arcwood logs, to be fair. Yeah, I did have a few greens, but that's okay. So that and some gold is really how we're going to start this bad boy. And we should have the Worn Notebook, which is given to you when you start the game, but if you don't have it, you can easily craft it. And this is your documentation for all things Ars Nouveau. Now, Ars Nouveau is a really cool magic mod, and then in addition to that, there's a couple other Ars add-on mods that are in here. So we have Ars Nouveau Glyphs, we have Ars Elemental, and then we have Ars Nouveau itself, and then Ars Nouveau Glyphs, which adds more glyphs, and then Ars Nouveau Delight, which sounds cool, and then Propagate Self, Propagate Underfoot, all kinds of cool stuff here. We gotta check into some of these. A lot of these I haven't checked out yet, so I'm interested to see them. There's like all kinds of cool stuff. Look, there's new threads. Ooh. Those are cool. I don't remember that. Sharp Pages. What's that do? Thread for the Spellbinder will increase the melee damage if used as a weapon. Ooh. Okay. There's things. There's new things. I don't know how much of this is new in Ars Nouveau versus you know, that I haven't played with before, but we're gonna find out together. So to get started, okay, we can flip through the getting started section here. But the gist is elemental tweaks. Enchanter's Shield can trigger reactive block. Okay, cool. Those are some tweaks. So spellcasting requires a book. And I'll talk you through all this because it's pretty easy to get into. Mana is a big deal. Obtaining source gems is going to be one of the things we're going to want to do first. So let's get some source gems because those are pretty cool. We're going to want that. New glyphs. We'll talk about that in a minute. Apparatus crafting, I'll talk about that. I know all this stuff. Better casting. Yeah. World generation, arcwood trees, imbuement chamber, source berries. I think we have a couple source berries, so we can get them going. Upgrades, spellbook upgrades. Yeah, we'll get into that. Then there's a bunch of automation and a bunch of trinkets. Also cool stuff. So let's get started with source gems. And for that, we're going to need the imbuement chamber. This is kind of like your step one. And I'm going to get 4 of these, even though that's like mildly expensive. And I'm going to temporarily do this here. And then I think probably in the next episode or two, we'll get an Ars Nouveau building going. And I might kind of replicate the building that I did in my Project Architect 2 series, because I really liked how that looked. I thought it was a really nice building. So I might kind of like steal that design a little bit. We'll see. We'll see. So making source gems is actually really easy. You make those imbuement changers I just did, and you can either put amethyst shards in there or lapis shards. Now, if you have access to Source, which is like a magical resource in Ars Nouveau, you can speed up this crafting process using that source. If you don't, it'll just take a while. And when you look at any one of these, you'll see the progress along, you know, how far it is. So we're about 80% of the way there. So we should be getting there pretty quickly. Once these guys are done, you'll see that they'll whoosh into Source. Cool? Nice. All right. And then what we can do is make a spellbook from Ars. What do we got here? Novice. There we go. No, that's mages. I want the novice one first. Okay. So we can be done with most of this stuff. So that's going to need one of each iron tool and a book. Easy peasy. Hey, get back in there. The nice thing is when you accidentally remove an item and put it back in, it doesn't lose its progress. So that's kind of cool. And it gives you that hint at the bottom that if you put Source nearby, it'll speed up the crafting process. So we are going to want you. Is it an axe? Is that what I need? Yeah, an axe. Yeah, it's just not the hoe, that's all. You. And you. And then we should have access to our spellbook. Dun 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 dun. Spellbook. So these things are cool. You can use the spellbook to create spells from Ars Nouveau, which we'll take a look at in just a minute. Let me keep doing that. So now we're making more source gems. Now, can I upgrade the spellbook yet? I remember it's not quartz, diamonds, obsidian, blazegold. I got that. Did I miss something? Find out pretty quick. One more diamond. I knew something was more than 2. There we go. Tier 2 spellbook. Oh, we already upgraded. So every spell in Ars Nouveau has a tier associated with it. So if we look at like this guy, you'll see it's a tier 2 glyph. This is a tier 3 glyph. This is a tier 1 glyph. Each tier, generally the higher the tier, the more powerful the ability is, the more mana it costs, and the higher tier spellbook you need to cast it. So if you want to cast Knockback, you need at least a tier 1 spellbook, which is the novice one. Can cast tier 1 glyphs or lower. If you want Explosion, that's a tier 2 glyph, so you can only cast this if you have a tier 2 spellbook, like the one I just made. And then ultimately there's a tier 3 spellbook that you'll need to get, which is more endgamey, but we'll get to that point at some point. You know, no rush. We'll get there. We'll get there when we get there. Okay? Cool. Looking fancy. So we've got our spells. Let's try them out. So to make a spell is pretty simple and straightforward. You start with a couple basic spells that you can cast. And you have slots in your spell book for 10 different types of spells. Okay. What we have here are the forms, which is like how the spell is cast or what it's cast on. And then the effects, which is what the spell does. So the form, for example, can be projectile or self or touch. So projectile will shoot a projectile, and wherever that projectile lands, the effect will happen. Touch, for example, will be like clicking on something. So like if you click on a block or click on an entity, it'll happen. And then self will like cast it on you. So for example, we can make a projectile break spell, right? And we can name it break down here and hit create. And you'll notice slot 1 break on the bottom left. Okay. And now if we wanted here, we could do a touch break, and we'll call this test. Okay. That should be cool. Now, if you hit Z or X, it'll toggle between them. So Z to go backwards and X to go forward. So this is projectile break. So when I right click, it'll shoot a projectile and break the block, and it's going into my inventory because magnet. But I will turn off my magnet for a sec, and you'll see. Cool stuff. Okay. Now, if we do the test spell, you'll see when I'm right-clicking, nothing is happening. But if I walk over to this osmiumore, you'll see it broke when I right-clicked on it. Cool. So this like basically works like kind of like a pickaxe. Okay. Now, if I wanted to, I could change this to be projectile harm. And now it's a projectile that hurts whatever entity it touches. Cool. All right. So that's Ars Nouveau 101. We're going to be bumping up into some cooler stuff in a minute, but that's like the super basics of it, right? Like there's a lot more that we can do and will do shortly, but that's like the very most basic parts of how the mod works. Cool. All right. So now that we have some of these dudes going, what should we do next? Good question. Here's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to wrap up the episode here because we're about that point. I'm going to come back next episode and I'm going to build an Ars Nouveau building. I would like a locale to do all my Ars Nouveau spell work, among other things. So let's come back next episode. We'll build a nice fancy building that looks kind of like the one I did in my Project Architect series. Because I know folks were a little bit bummed about that one wrapping up. So I want to, bring back some of the things that I thought I did well in there. And I really liked that building. So I'm going to replicate that. And I might even copy paste it. We'll see. I have enough emeralds? I do. I can do a copy paste gadget. All right, let's come back next episode and figure that out. For now, Adult20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Lots of cool stuff checked out today. A new bow from Just Dire Things, and then we also got into Ars Nouveau. We're probably going to spend a couple episodes on Ars Nouveau making a bunch of cool stuff. In addition, the ability to get like infinity on my bow, looting on my sword, fortune on my pickaxe, and that'll make my mining adventures a little bit more fruitful, and I would probably enjoy that quite a bit. All right, but like I said, wrapping up points. So Adult20 signing off. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.